Hey everyone, so welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I will not going to show you any fashion outfits or any swimwear, but I will be talking to you guys the main reason and the reason behind this YouTube channel that I have right now. Some of you guys know, my viewers, my friends, my family know that my baby girl, my youngest kid, have a disease called mitochondrial disease. So I want to talk about that. I want to share to you guys what mitochondrial disease is all about. So I hope you guys would like this video. So please do give this video a thumbs up and share it to others for them to know more about this disease and for me to help you learn about it. So this video is probably going to be longer than my usual videos in this channel. So it's going to be like at least 20 minutes or so. So I think that's going to be the length of this video. Please do watch this until the end para malaman nyo kung ano talaga yung sakit na meron ng anak ko. So the main reason why I started this YouTube channel is because my friends and my family back in the Philippines, pushed me to do it. So yes, I decided to do it because I thought that maybe it's time for me to share to everyone what my life here in Japan is and what my baby daughter's life is, what her condition is all about, what is the disease is all about, and what are the developments that she's having. So, ayun, pero I decided not to share everything because it's our privacy and her privacy, and it's our right to keep it in ourselves. And also, I know that YouTube is very strict with regards to kids content. So what is mitochondrial disease? Mitochondrial disease are chronic long-term genetic, often inherited disorders that occur when mitochondria fail to produce enough energy for the body to function properly. So, basahin ko muna sa inyo what is mitochondria. So, mitochondria refers to the energy factory of our body. So, it's the power cell of the body. Their job is to process oxygen and convert substances from the foods we eat into energy. Mitochondria produces 90% of the energy our body needs to function. So that is mitochondria. Mitochondrial disease can be present at birth, but can also occur at any age. So in my baby's case, nag-start yung disease niya at as early as 3 months old. So Ayane started to have symptoms actually since birth, and we thought that it was like a normal, kasi ganito yan guys. So nung pinanganak ko po siya, parang nagugulat siya na ganyan. So which is, we thought that it's normal for babies to get shocked whenever she hears something loud, or whenever na parang biglang may humawak sa kanya, ganon. But apparently, yung pagiging magugulatin niya na yun is a symptom na pala ng kanyang disease. And another thing is, nag-fail siya sa ear test nung pinanganak ko siya. So, that's another thing. So, ayun. And another thing is, yung movement ng eyes niya, ganun siya, tapos mabilis. So, akala namin, siguro nag-develop pa siya kasi kakapanganak niya pa lang. Kakapanganak ko pa lang sa kanya. So, kakalabas niya lang. So, I thought that she's still in that development stage. And we thought that it's normal. So, hinayaan namin at hanggang mag 3 months old siya. So, nung nag 3 months old siya, nag-start yung seizures niya, which is, yun nga, medyo nahirapan na siya huminga, tapos nagre-red na yung face niya and whatsoever. So, also, mitochondrial dysfunction or disease can affect almost any part of the body, including the cells of the brain, nerves, muscles, kidneys, heart, liver, eyes, ears, and pancreas. Some of the things na affected sa anak ko is yung kanyang ears. Yung cells of the brain, yung nerves niya, muscles, ano pa ba? Yun lang. Tsaka yung ears niya and eyes niya. So, yung eyes niya is medyo hindi siya nakakakita ng maayos. So, malabo yung paningin niya. And yung ears niya, though ngayon is okay na, nakakarinig na siya ng maayos now. But yung eyes niya is malabo. So, every time na parang nandun ako sa tabi niya, tapos biglang lilinaw yung paningin niya, dun siya nagugulat. Which is doon nag-occur yung seizures niya. So, though hindi namin alam kung talagang seizures nga yung lumalabas sa kanya because we all know that seizures can, parang matagal siya matagal, di ba? Halimbawa, ako, nagka-seizures ako, yung length ng pag-seizures ko is dapat nasa 5 or 10 minutes, mga ganon. Ganon kasi, yun ang sabi sa akin. So, for Ayanes condition naman, wala pang 1 minute. So, seconds lang talaga siya, tapos okay na ulit siya. So, yun ang hindi namin ma-explain kung talagang seizure siya. Though, nung tinest siya, ano ba yung test na yun? Basta yung may nilalagay ng mga wire sa ulo niya, para siyang scientist or whatsoever. Nakalimutan ko yung tawag doon. Nakita doon na every time na magugulat siya, yung graph ng utak niya, yung brain energy, parang yung energy na lumalabas, yung brain wave, is nagiging malakas. So, ang sabi ng doktor, maybe it's a seizure, but we are not completely sure. So, let's talk about how common mitochondrial disease is. So, 1 out of 5,000 children are born with mitochondrial disease. And with the number and types of symptoms and the organ systems involved, mitochondrial disease are often mistaken for another or more common diseases. So, marami kasi siyang symptoms which is also seen in other diseases or disorders. So, they often mistaken mitochondrial disease as parang ibang disorder. And each year, about 1,000 to 4,000 children in the United States are born with the mitochondrial disease daw. Ganon siya ka-rare, guys. So, sadly, one of those 1,000 to 4,000 children is my baby girl. So, what causes mitochondrial disease? In most people, primary mitochondrial disease is a genetic condition that can be inherited or passed from parents to their children in several ways. So, in Ayanes condition, the inheritance type, there are actually 4 types of inheritance types. So, one is autosomal recessive inheritance, which is this child receives one mutated copy of a gene from each parent. There is a 25% chance that each child in the family will inherit a mitochondrial disease. The second is autosomal dominant inheritance. This child receives one mutated copy of gene from either parent. there is a 50% chance that each child in the family will inherit a mitochondrial disease. The third is mitochondrial inheritance. In this unique type of inheritance, the mitochondria contain their own DNA. Only mitochondrial disorders caused by mutations in the mitochondrial DNA are exclusively inherited from mothers. If this is the way a mitochondrial disease was inherited, there is a chance, 100% chance, that each child in the family will inherit a mitochondrial disease. And the last one is random mutation. It's about sometimes genes develop a mutation on their own that is not inherited from a parent. So that's how hard, that's how critical this condition is. So ang hirap niyang intindihin, hindi mo alam kung kanino nanggaling yung sakit niya, because mostly this mitochondrial disease mostly inherit from mothers, because mothers produce more mitochondria in their body. So mas maraming mitochondria cells ang pinoproduce ng babae kesa sa lalaki. So usually yung mitochondrial disease is inherited from their mothers. Actually, I felt guilty. I felt so sorry for her because I thought na ako siguro yung dahilan talaga kung bakit siya nagkaroon ng sakit. So, sobrang iyak, sobrang guilty ako, sobrang sisi ko sa sarili ko because I thought that ako yung reason kung bakit siya nagkakaganyan. So, feeling ko, nagkamali ako. Feeling ko, baka naiyak ako. Feeling ko, ako yung may kasalanan kung bakit siya nagkaganyan. So, kung hindi siguro, dahil sa akin, hindi siya magkakaganyan. So, ganun yung way of thinking ko before, nung nalaman namin yung sakit niya. Because when I received the result from her doctor telling us that she have mitochondrial disease, I researched about it right away. So, nag-research ako, ano ba to? Saan ba nakukuha to? Paano ba nakukuha to? And whatsoever. So, ayun yung nakita ko, mostly ng mitochondrial disease patient inherit their disease from the mother. Let's talk about the symptoms of mitochondrial disease. What are the symptoms that can occur when your child or your family member have a mitochondrial disease? So, first is poor growth, which is Ayane's check. So, check to kay Ayane, poor growth. Muscle weakness, check to kay Ayane. Muscle pain, low muscle tone, exercise intolerance, vision and or hearing problems, which is check kay Ayane. Learning disabilities, check kay Ayane. Delays in development, check din kay Ayane. Mental retardation, so she's not mentally retarded, so it's a no. Autism-like features, heart, liver or kidney diseases, gastrointestinal disorders, swallowing difficulties, which is check kay Ayane, so hirap siya mag-swallow, diarrhea or constipation, unexplained vomiting, cramping, reflux, diabetes, increased risk of infection, so which is check kay Ayane. Neurological problems, check. Seizures, check. Migraines, stroke, movement disorders, thyroid problems, respiratory or breathing problems, which is number 1 check kay Ayane. So, as you can see in my old videos, Ayane have a track here. She had a tracheostomy surgery when she was still a 4-month-old. So, as early as 4 months old, na-surgery na siya, na-operahan na siya po dito. Binutasan yung dito niya ng maliit lang naman, mga ganyan lang kaliit. Tapos, nilagyan ng tube because kailangan niya ng support ng oxygen sa katawan. Hindi kasi siya nagdedire-diretso huminga. So, sometimes, because maaga nga siyang nag-develop ng disease niya, so, she's still in that development stage when she developed this mitochondrial disease. So, yung breathing niya is not exercised well pa. Hindi pa siya marunong mag-breathe ng continuously. So, she had to have that surgery for her to have oxygen help. So, she have a respirator here dito sa bahay para yun yung nagpupush sa dibdib niya to give her oxygen and para ipaalala sa kanya na you have to breathe. So, ayun. Lactic acidosis, a buildup of lactate, and dementia. So, those are the symptoms that mitochondrial disease patient have. So, if you guys notice your child or a family member that have these symptoms, you should go talk to the doctor and check your child and your family member kung meron nga silang mitochondrial disease. Another thing is, you will only learn that you have or your child or your family member have a mitochondrial disease if you took a MRI scan test. That is the only thing, the only reason na nakita namin yung sakit niya, yung main reason kung bakit nagkaka-seizures ang anak ko. So at first, when my baby girl have her first seizures, we thought that it's just a seizure, which is I know na mawawala din siya in the near future. So, pwede siya mag-develop na mawala siya because of the medicines. So, possible yon. So, I thought that yun lang yon. But, her doctor made more tests for her. Kasi, kailangang alamin kung bakit siya nagkakaroon ng seizures. Kasi, meron talagang merong main reason kung bakit may seizures ang tao. Because it's all about, it's in our brain. So we did a MRI test, scan test, where pinatulog siya and then pinasok siya sa isang cube, tapos in-scan yung utak niya. So, kailangan kasi relax yung utak niya, relax siya, tulog siya, para ma-scan ng maayos yung ulo niya. So, in the brain scan, in her MRI scan test, nakita sa may lower part, sa pinakailalim ng brain niya is merong white spot. So, meaning, doon sa part na yun, yung may problema, that is why she is having her seizures. So, nag-expand yung research about her condition. So, doon nakita na dito sa part na to, that is mitochondrial disease. So, hindi ko na inalam masyado because I'm not a medical, I did not graduated a medical career. I'm just a normal person, a normal mom. So, hindi ko na masyado inalam yon. But, that is all that I know about this. I need to share to you also the types of mitochondrial disease. There are actually a lot of types of mitochondrial disease. So, the first is the Kearns-Sayre syndrome or KSS. The onset on this is before age 20. Next is the Leigh syndrome, which is my baby girl have. So this is the type of mitochondrial disease that my baby girl have. It's Leigh syndrome. So the onset is typically in infancy or early childhood. So the symptoms, I want to read this to you. The symptoms of Leigh syndrome. Leigh syndrome causes brain abnormalities that can result in ataxia, impaired condition. coordination, dystonia, involuntary muscle movement, which is yun nga, pag nagsisisure siya, ganyan, nakaganyan siya or ganito. Tapos yung ulo niya is nakaganyan or nakaganito. Tapos yung mata niya, it's either nakatingin na ganyan, nakatingin na ganon, or nakatingin sa taas. Ganon po yung seizures niya. External ophthalmoplegia, paralysis of the eye muscle, which is yun nga, yun sinabi ko sa inyo, kapag nagsisisure siya is yung galaw ng mata niya gumaganon. Nagre-left and right na mabilis ng ganon. Progressive neurodegeneration seizures, lactic acidosis, buildup of lactate in the body, vomiting, weakness, hyptonia, decreased muscle tone, developmental delays, which is yun nga, developmental delay ang aking anak. So, hindi niya kayang buhatin ng sarili yung ulo niya, hindi niya kayang igalaw ng maayos yung kamay niya. So, nagagalaw niya lang yung kamay niya kapag mag-iinat siyang ganyan. Ganun lang po. Tapos, kung ipapahawak mo yung daliri mo sa kamay niya, hahawakan niya, pero hindi siya malakas. Parang hahawakan niya lang ng ganyan, tapos bibitawan niya ng ganyan. So, ganun siya. Wala siyang lakas, wala siyang energy because her mitochondria failed. Next is altered control over breathing. So, yun nga yung sinabi ko sa inyo, hirap siya huminga. So, she have to had her first surgery, which is the tracheostomy. So, ayun. Together, Leigh syndrome and MELAS are the most common mitochondrial myopathies. The prognosis of Leigh syndrome is generally poor, with survival generally being a matter of months after disease onset. So, ito yung nakakalungkot na sinabi sa akin. Ito yung talagang tumatak sa utak ko at sa puso ko nung sinabi sa akin na Leigh syndrome yung sa anak ko. Because, and sinabi rin ng doktor na mostly pag Leigh syndrome yung type ng mitochondrial disease ng bata, buwan lang ang inaabot ng buhay ng bata or years, up to 10 years. Swerte na daw po ang 10 years na mabuhay ang anak ko. So, doon ako pinanghinaan ng loob. Doon ako umiyak na umiyak, araw-araw, gabi-gabi, because it's so unfair for them to tell me how long my daughter's life is going to be. That is so unfair. Because we don't know what kind of development she will going through, di ba? Malay nyo, bigla na lang mawala, magkaroon ng miracle ang baby ko na wala na siyang sakit. So you don't know that. So you don't have the right to tell me that na hanggang 10 years lang ang aabutin ng anak ko. No, I don't believe that. I believe in her and I believe in God that she's going to enjoy her life more with us. The third type of mitochondrial disease is mitochondrial DNA depletion syndrome or MDS. Onset is infancy. Next is mitochondrial encephalomyopathy, lactic acidosis, and stroke-like episodes or MELAS. The MELAS onset is usually in childhood. The next is maternally inherited deafness and diabetes or MIDD. Onset is between age 30 to 40. So, ito nga yung sinasabi na, hindi lang bata, hindi lang infants, or hindi lang bata ang tinatamaan ng mitochondrial disease. Everyone can have mitochondrial disease because it is all about the powerhouse cell of our body. So, lahat tayo may powerhouse cell. So, if one of your powerhouse cell failed to produce energy in your body, it will result to having mitochondrial disease. So, next is mitochondrial neurogastrointestinal encephalomyopathy or MNGIE. Onset usually between the first and fifth decades of life, but occurs before the age of 20 in 73% of patients. Next is myoclonus epilepsy with ragged red fibers, or MERRF. Onset is childhood, usually after a normal development. Next is neuropathy, ataxia, and retinitis pigmentosa, NARP. Onset is late childhood or adult onset is common. Next is, I think this is the last, Pearson syndrome. Onset is congenital. So I think that's it for our video for today. I hope that I shared to you some knowledge about the disease my baby girl have, which is the mitochondrial disease. I want to show more to all of you actually, pero hindi ko alam kung ano pang pwede kong i-share sa inyo, but hopefully I could think of something to share with you guys. So if you did like this video, please do give this a thumbs up and share it to others for them to know what about mitochondrial disease. And thank you. Maraming salamat po sa pagtangkilik at pagsuporta sa aking channel. Thank you for always watching my channel, my videos, I mean. I'm very grateful and thankful to all of you guys. I can show how much I am grateful and thankful to all of you. So, maraming salamat po. And I hope to share to everyone more. Sana makaisip ako. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel for you to get updated whenever I do upload new videos. So, maraming salamat po ulit, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys!